Flyers come back from the dead, win 4-3 in a shootout. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patrick Lynn, and welcome back to the Orange and Black Attack as the Flyers come back from the dead last night from a 3-0 deficit and wind up winning 4-3 in a shootout. What a wonderful! The Flyers looked dead to rights in this game from the first two periods to about the 15-minute mark, about 15 minutes left to go in the third period. They look dead in the water. Buffalo named the tune of the hockey game, and the Flyers just couldn't hang with the Buffalo Sabres. But however, they were able to come away with a shootout victory as they come back from the dead to score 3 unanswered goals on the power play, no less, to beat the Buffalo Sabres 4-3 in this hockey game. Let's get into this game. No scoring in the first period. That's been the trend lately for the Flyers. And their last few games, there's been no scoring in the first period. The Buffalo Sabres would open up the scoring in the second period as Tyler Ennis would get the puck past Michael Neuwirth, who got the start in this game. He would get the puck past Neuwirth, and it is 1-0 Buffalo. Next, Buffalo would get a power play, and then Matt Molson would score on the power play, and then Buffalo to make it 2-0, and then the Buffalo Sabres would get another power play, and Matt Molson again would score for the Buffalo Sabres, and that's when to make it 3-0, and that is when Dave Haxtell had enough, and he pulled Michael Neuwirth for Steve Mason with about 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the second period, and then that would end the scoring in the second period as the Sabres take a 3-0 lead going into the third period, and that's when the comeback would start with about 15 minutes left in the third period. Flyers would get a power play, and congratulations to Travis Konecny on your very first NHL goal. Ivor Provorov took a shot from the point, and Konecny tipped it past the goaltender for the Buffalo Sabres. I can't remember the guy's name. It's a little too hard for me to announce. Later on, Jake Voracek would take a shot to the head. Looked like the Buffalo Sabres player left his feet, and it looked like he purposely aimed for his head, but they only gave him 2 minutes for charging. I think the NHL is going to look at that, and the way that everything has been called lately, expect the Buffalo Sabres player to get suspended, but the Flyers would capitalize as Claude Giroux would find Braden Shen off the right circle, and Shen blasted past the goaltender, and it is now 3-2, and we have a pulse, folks. Flyers look dead, but at 3-2, there was definitely a pulse. And the Flyers again would get a power play as Buffalo would shoot themselves in the foot late in this game, giving up bad penalties. But the Flyers would capitalize on that as the puck comes to the front. It's a little scramble in front, helter-skelter, and Mark Streit is able to find the puck and put it past the goaltender, and we have a tie hockey game with less than 2 minutes to go. And the Flyers came back from the dead to tie this game. It was a wonderful hockey game. My father gave up on the team. He and I watched the game, and he's like, "I'm going to bed. I'm not feeling good. I'm going to bed. They're done." And I stayed and I stuck with the team. But my dad is a little older. He's goes to work and all that stuff still. So he went to bed. Hey, the Flyers came back, tied the game. Go to overtime. Flyers had a chance at the end of the overtime with Jake Voracek coming back from after they sent him back to the locker room to get checked out for concussions. He was perfectly fine. Came back, had a breakaway, and the goaltender for the Sabres made an outstanding stop to stop him. But we would go to the shootout, and Claude Giroux would strike first for the Flyers, and Mason would hold the fort down, and then Jake Voracek would end it with the goal in the third round to seal the deal as the Flyers come away with the victory 4-3 in the shootout. Your goal scorers, no goal scoring in the first period. In the second period, Tyler Ennis for the Sabres and Matt Molson with two goals in the second period for the Sabres. And then in the third period, Konecny, Shen, and Streit for the Flyers. No scoring in overtime. And then in the shootout, Jake Voracek with the game winner. I'm doing this after work, so day off today for the Flyers. But they go right back to work tomorrow. As the Arizona Coyotes come to town. 7 o'clock start on Comcast Sportsnet. It is Hall of Fame night, so expect the Flyers to wear the 50th anniversary jerseys tomorrow night against the Arizona Coyotes, as they're going to celebrate guys who are in the Flyers Hall of Fame. Eric Lindros, I know, is going to be there. Bobby Clark will be there. I believe Bernie Perron will be there. Mark Howe, I know, is going to be there. So they're gonna honor all the guys who are in the Flyers Hall of Fame. So expect them to wear the 50th anniversary jerseys tomorrow night against Arizona. As the Arizona Coyotes come to town, Arizona beat the Flyers in overtime last time these two teams played, not even a week ago that these two teams played each other. Almost 2 weeks ago that these two teams played each other, and Arizona came away with a victory. But the Flyers come away with a victory tonight against the Buffalo Sabres, 4-3 in overtime. So just got to turn around, build off this momentum. Hopefully, we can come away with a win on Thursday night as the Arizona Coyotes come to town. It is 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 4 o'clock for those who live on the West Coast. And the game will be on Comcast Sportsnet for those who live in the Philadelphia area. And as I always end my episodes, good night and good hockey.